Hey everybody, welcome to the I don't even know what to I guess this is technically the second episode of our quarantine series, even though the first episode of the quarantine series wasn't even recorded with you, and also it was
It's
recorded
okay.
like a month ago.
Also we couldn't really figure out a way to record, or we couldn't figure out this recording situation.
Yeah,
before
no,
then.
I mean it's been a whirlwind of a time. Not even gonna lie. I mean there's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of I mean just I guess that's the world in general. This whole situation's had a lot of ups and downs. I mean
it has indeed.
I mean talking about our personal lives, of course our school is closed. We're finishing everything out
in two different
online.
ways.
Yeah, in two very separate, two very sad ways. We're finishing our classes online. We're finishing our degrees online. We're gonna be
Graduation.
We're gonna be graduating online. We honestly hit the ball out of the park on this one. Our timing was
We're
impeccable.
recording this podcast online.
Online. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So, okay, a side note, if this podcast actually sounds good, that means that we somewhat did our job.
Yes.
We've basically set up how we typically do our recordings, except, of course, in two different locations, hashtag social distancing, hashtag stay at home, hashtag stop the plague. I'm just hoping for the best in all honesty. If it sounds a little wonky, just know it's because we're literally recording in two separate locations. So if Fisher sounds
also, I may be in film school, but I'm a camera guy, not a sound guy.
Hey man, I may be in film school, but I'm neither a camera guy or a sound guy. I'm a edit guy. That doesn't sound as cool as camera guy or sound guy, not gonna lie. But anyways,
you dabble in sound though.
Yeah, I dabble a little bit in sound. I try my best.
You mix our podcast, so you dabble in sound.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm the expert here.
You're not between two of us. Yes, you are.
So we don't really have topics for this episode. We're literally just going to talk about like what we've been doing and what we've been not doing during this whole pandemic, as many people like to call it. I prefer the plague. I find it very fun to just say we're in a plague. Not saying that this is not a serious situation or anything. You're
just trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah,
I'm trying
to make it funny. I'm trying to cure my depression with
trying
laughter.
to get some giggles.
I'm trying to get some giggles out there, guys. Jesus. But so what have you been doing in this in your quarantine? Of course, we're both pretty strictly following the whole social distancing quarantine thing. I've only left to like go to I haven't even gone to the store. The most I'll go is to fast food if I'm feeling it that day. Like I think I've gone out twice for fast food during all of this, and really?
I get nervous then.
I go out every morning and every afternoon to walk the dog, and that's about it.
I mean, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I'll go out in my backyard a bit to get some fresh air.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I also go to the store, but of course the stores around here have the pickup services, which literally means I park my car, I call them, they come out with a giant cart of groceries. I pop my trunk so it opens for them. They drop the stuff in, they close my trunk, and I'm off on my merry way. And that's all I got to do for grocery. Yeah, no contact. They've even taken away the bit where you have to sign your name to be like, yes, I'm the one picking up my groceries. They even took that away. So literally,
don't make that public. It's already public.
Yeah, I feel like that's just common practice for a lot of grocery stores now. Especially literally the last time I went, the grocery worker stood at my trunk and peeked her head around and was talking to me. From there, she didn't even she was a solid 8 feet away, just screaming at me so I could hear her. And of course, I was also wearing my nifty mask, as we are not required, but they're strong. They're doing that strong recommendation type deal with the whole like wearing mask in public. So luckily, from one of me and Fisher's previous classes from like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember. Anyways, they gave us some like painters like masks basically for like ventilation purposes, and if you look on those masks at the very bottom, it says N95. So somehow via luck of the draw, 3 years ago, we each have our own personal N95 masks. But yeah, besides that, social distancing wise, I mean, we're not even going out for food. We have as you do in the big city. We're not, and neither of us are in Nashville anymore. We're back home, but I'm in a big enough city that we have a food delivery service that we can just order food and have it. Like, there's now an option on the app to have it dropped off at your porch. They'll ring your doorbell. You wait 15 seconds. You open the door and your food's just sitting there.
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom. I got some Chinese food. And then we're even in a big enough city where we have the alcohol delivery service app. So we've been really
lucky you.
Yeah, we've really been utilizing that. But I mean, liquor stores are still open. They're essential business. So I mean, there's that. For the plus side, but no, we've really been utilizing the whole, like, we've been trying food wise just to support local businesses. We've been trying to at least go out and not go out, order in at least once a week. And then as for the alcohol, I don't think liquor stores really need our help, but we're
giving it to them.
Yeah, every so often we might place an order or something. Who knows? But for the most part, I do not leave my apartment. I
barely even leave my room, bro. I've been like sitting here playing Xbox most days. I'll swivel around on my desk to go to class and do my schoolwork.
Straight up, I've only ever since this started, I mean, really all I've been doing has been schoolwork. Just random ass
schoolwork, video games, and then something personal. Me and you both got into.
Oh, well, I guess I have four things then. I was gonna say video games because Animal Crossing has taken over my life. Schoolwork, just messing around on my computer doing whatever the fuck I want, and
Gundams.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't.
We both started getting into building Gundams.
It honestly, it was almost meant to be. That's all I can really say about it.
I think it's such a perfect hobby for the both of us.
Yeah, no, okay, because here's my thing about it is that I of course, I mean, as you know, I've always been super into Legos.
As have I been.
As a kid, every time we went to Walmart, usually I would be leaving with one of those super cheapo $12, $15 like mini sets that you could get. And then every time for a holiday, be it my birthday or Christmas or I don't know, half birthday, I feel like there's more there's more holidays that give me presents than just birthday and Christmas. But I'm pretty sure it's just those two. But I would always get at least one big Lego set. Like I remember I had an AT-AT, and then I had the what's the two-legged one that happens in the Ewok forest? That's how much
I used to call them just chicken walkies.
Okay, yeah, this is how much I know Star Wars. All I know was a big old machine with two legs in the Ewok forest. I don't even remember what planet that was.
Now you have me fucked up. I can't remember. Endor? Maybe?
Yeah, it was Endor. It is Endor. It is Endor.
Okay,
so
cool.
I always got one big Lego set a year, and then I had of course, I had Bionicle as a kid. I was a big Bionicle kid.
Oh, Bionicle's a good shit.
It was. It was just always. It was. The thing is that yes, it was easier to put together than Legos, but there was just something about the fierce, cutting edge design that Bionicles had that always just like really enticed me. I don't know. It was something weird. And then recently, like, I hadn't gotten Legos in so long, and like 2 Christmases ago, my mother so graciously gave me a giant, like 2-foot tall Lego Voltron. Never seen the series, but man, was it a blast to build. Yeah, no, okay.
I see it there in your room.
See, this is the perfect time. We should have started a video podcast. This is
oh, well, yeah, we could have.
This would have been the perfect time to do it. But so she got me this giant 2-foot tall Voltron, and I had a blast making it. Know nothing about Voltron, but to each their own. And then I've been looking at Gundams for. I mean, it's probably. I watched a lot of Gundam in my time. Me being.
I've actually never seen the show. That's the difference between me and you.
Yeah, so I've watched a lot of Gundam just because It's weird. I'm very particular about what animes I watch. It's got to be based off the art style and the story and stuff like that. And there's some Gundam series that are just straight up like every episode robot fight. And I mean, yeah, it's the cool part, but I'm a big story guy. I'm sorry, I got those like weird reverse hiccups where I like it's because we haven't recorded a podcast in so long. I'm out of breath every single sentence that I say. So I'm like having to do those quick suck-ins, and it's causing me to like lag behind.
You got shortness of breath.
Yeah, dude. I got I got one of the symptoms. Got to go on WebMD, make sure I'm not dying from like lung cancer.
Going to WebMD, make myself feel worse.
No, but so there's like the one that I can recommend that I've been watching recently is Iron Blood Orphans. That's a really good Gundam series. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I don't blame you. It sounded like you dropped it onto a steel plate, but I mean that's fine. But Iron Blood Orphans, that's a decent one that I can definitely recommend. That's one I've been watching. And then I was a big fan of Build Fighters. I know that's not a lot of people's favorites, but I was kind of into Build Fighters because it took the normal out of the whole Gundam thing and made it like a virtual reality type game. Which I think there's actually.
Is that the one where they were like actual like gun?
Yeah, like the whole. Yeah, it was the full blown. You went into the Gundam store. You bought a bunch of kits. You kit bashed them. You painted them, and the more care you took out of them, the stronger they were in game because it could like actually, I guess, tell that you put pride and effort into building your fucking Gundams.
Could sense emotions.
Yeah, it could sense emotion. You straight up. When it's like scanning your thing, it's like looking for love. But no, Build Fighters was really fun. And I've been looking at the sets for so long, and want to know what's crazy about it is that every time I looked at sets, it was always the $300 perfect grades because lo and behold, I did not know there was anything below that. And then
same. I always just saw like the kits, and then I would like see the super nice ones. Like the perfect grades that you're talking about, and then the price rate.
Yeah,
the prices are like $300.
Yeah, and then
how do you get into that?
Yeah, no, exactly. And then one day Fisher in chat was just like, "Hey, I just bought my first Gundam," and I was like, "Wait, what?" Because in my mind, I was like, "This boy just spent $300 on a Gundam." And then he was like,
I spent $15.
Yeah, he was like, no, I didn't realize on Amazon you can get like a bunch of Gundams for like $15 to $20. And I was like, wait, what? And then I instantly bought 2. Fisher literally, he sent me one. He was like, this one's perfect for you. Then I found another one and I was like, should I do it? Fisher said yes. And then I bought them. It's as easy as that. And now I currently
his collection has grown to like 6
exponentially. No, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8.
Oh,
3 of which I have unbuilt. 2. 3 of which are unbuilt. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's also like complete busy work in a sense.
That's why I got into it is because I wanted something to like pass the time during all this shit.
Yeah, no. I was honestly, of course, I didn't have the correct tools, which once I do, I have them ordered. They're on their way. And once I do get the correct tools, I'm going to actually go back through and probably take all of these apart and clean them up and make them nice and pretty and put them back together. Because, I mean, I did not take as much care as I probably should have when putting them together. AKA, one of my more difficult ones that I have took me the same amount of time to put together as, because Gundams come in grades. We should probably explain how Gundams work now. Gundams come in grades of high grade, real grade, master grade, and then perfect grade. And I think, is there one above perfect grade that's like unicorn, or is that an actual Gundam named Unicorn?
That's an actual Gundam that's named Unicorn. Okay. It's one of the big perfect grades that can like transform completely into a different Gundam. Yeah,
so I started out with high grades, and those take me probably about 3 hours for each one. And then I decided, I'm going to get a master grade because that's like 2 steps up. So I was like, instead of 3 hours, it's probably going to take me like 9 to 12. I'm like, so many more pieces. Of course, it's going to take me more time. It took me 3 hours as well. No, I'm not going to.
That's why I kind of slowed myself down with the one master grade that I got.
Well, it's also, I fully do believe that a reason that the master grade took me so little time was because I was putting it together like a high grade. I wasn't taking a whole lot of time to make sure I wasn't getting stress marks. I wasn't taking a whole lot of time to get my X-Acto knife and actually cut off the nubs to make sure that everything was clean and flush. I was not spending the time that I probably should have when I was doing my master grade. And because of that, it, like, literally what probably took the longest time, which I'm kind of surprised that the master grade that you got doesn't do this. Does your master grade not make you build the exoskeleton before you start putting on the armor?
It has it where, like, I'm not gonna like grab the box because there's all the parts in it. It's gonna make a shit ton of noise. But on the box, it has it as the exoskeleton and then with the armor. But the instructions actually tell you to go ahead and add the armor as you're building it.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So with the master grade that I got, which is funny because it's in the exact same range as yours. It's in the same series. It tells me to build the exoskeleton first. And then the last like 5 steps are just putting on the little tiny armor plates. And that's like the whole thing.
I kind of wish that's how this was because it would be cool to see the entire exoskeleton.
Oh yeah, no, that was my favorite part about doing this master grade was literally like it was almost like you were actually having to build it, like you built it from the ground up. Like you got exoskeletons, like, okay, I have made sure all these parts are working and functioning. Let's start putting on the armor to actually, to actually make it look right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was my favorite part, which I've looked kind of at the instructions of the ones that I just got, and it looks like those are like yours, where it recommends you put the armor on as you put the skeleton together.
As you build it.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Who knows? I feel like I have plenty long days ahead of me, which doesn't bode in my favor because, also have tons of schoolwork to do. It's the life that we live now.
Something else that we've both gotten into, and it's because one of our classes, but I think me and you both really enjoy it. We both started working in Blender a lot.
Yeah, no, we're in an animation class that, it literally started you from the bare bone basics of like a
drawing.
Having a giant light table with like paper and drawing frame by frame animations of stuff. And then it moved on to like computer graphic work in the
still in 2D.
Yeah, still in 2D, and then he moved us to a 3D animation software, and we've just really been diving into the deep end when it comes to that stuff.
It's been really fun.
Yeah, no, I've literally almost gotten to the point where I'm doing like daily renders where I'm getting new stuff made and just throwing it out there. Like not even part of class.
Oh, you're doing stuff like that one dude, Bleeple, is that his name?
Bleeple, Beeple, Bopple, I don't know. It starts with a
you know what I'm talking about though, right?
Oh yeah, no, it starts with a butt and has a pull in the middle. But no,
it's something I should start doing. It's a good workflow.
Oh, yeah, because it really helps you. It helps you learn the key commands. It helps you just learn the fundamentals, and it gets your creative juices flowing.
I've just been working on the same damn shot for 3 weeks.
Look, dude, I can't. There's a difference though, is that you're working on a 2012 MacBook, and then I'm like I'm over here like chugging out renders like every 30 minutes that takes your computer 3 hours. Like
this is true.
Yeah, that's like
very true.
That's the sad part about the whole thing, is that it's just like with this whole online stuff, you can't. Some people
Sorry to break the immersion real quick.
Oh God.
But
what's up?
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
My recorder is getting very low on battery. It has no tick marks left.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. We can go to a commercial break if that's fine for you.
That's fine with me.
Let's go to a commercial break so Fish can get some batteries.
Look, Fish, I need to know something. I need to know. Have you heard?
Yeah.
You have?
Are you sure? Possibly. You can tell me though.
Have you heard of Anchor?
Like the thing that's on like boats?
No. Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. I'll let you explain. You said you knew about it.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
Okay.
It's free.
It's free?
Yeah, there's
like absolutely free, no charge.
No charge. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Wait, phone? You can just pull out your phone
and edit your podcast right from it and
that's
record
wild.
It.
That's absolutely wild. What else does it do?
Well, you can distribute your podcast, or Anchor will distribute your podcast for you.
Where?
So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else. Many more.
Wait, so like Google Podcasts and all of those, you can hear it using Anchor? Oh my, really? What else do they do?
You can make money from your own podcast with no minimum listenership.
No minimum listenership? Are you kidding me? You can just make money from making a podcast?
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
Wait, so you're telling me that if our listeners want to make a podcast, all they have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started and make their own podcast?
Yes, that's all they have to do is download
all they have to do?
The free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
That's absolutely wild. What a great steal.
What a great steal.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that ad break. It's the same one that you always hear. You know what I actually found out?
We may be gone, but that ad break's still there.
It's still there. No, you know what I found out? Is that I don't know what happened with Anchor, but it decided for like randomly, like out of our, I don't even know what episode this is anymore. I think this is episode 29, if I remember correctly. I might be completely wrong. This whole releasing every 2 week schedule that we got going on, which I mean, cause some
that's
slack,
out the window
people.
right now.
Well, no, we're still technically following it. We had that much backlog.
Are we?
Yeah, no, we're still
cool.
Clearly, we have
our backlog has saved us a little bit.
Yeah, no, it has for sure saved us. We had enough backlog to basically last us through April, which is still April for us recording this. But it literally, like, the backlog saved us for the last week of April going into May. But something I noticed was that Anchor, our lovely sponsor, decided that it just wanted to delete ads from some of our episodes. And I noticed because I was like,
so sometimes we just say there's an ad break, but there's not. There's just a
and it just
skip.
went to the next segment. Yeah. No, so
I want to listen to those episodes.
I mean I fixed them. I don't know what happened.
How often? Besides, I know you edit these, but how often do you actually go back and listen to them? Have you ever gone back and listened to our podcast?
Yes. In the editing phase,
because I have not. Not in the editing phase.
Not in the I mean, yeah, a few times, mainly just for like quality control in a sense. Like I want to make sure things are being released on time. I want to make sure they're still sounding good. So
Okay.
for quality
That's
control
fair.
purposes, yes. Have I listened through an episode?
That's what I mean. Like, have you listened through an episode just to like?
Oh,
I don't
just
know.
as like enjoyment?
Not to enjoy, but just to like, I don't know, see how it is on the other side.
Oh, I mean, I kind of get that in the editing phase, especially on an episode where we say things that I have to delete, or where there's a lot of things that I just had to go in and fix, be it like level wise, or especially when we have a guest, like just cleaning up them as best as I can. Like if it's a guest that we have like in the room with us, that's a whole lot easier than a guest on Discord. Like I've gotten the plethora of complaints when it comes to our Discord episodes where we have a guest via Discord. Because I mean, it's impossible to get good audio through Discord unless
I mean, unless they have mics, like,
as we currently are, where we're like actually have decent professional microphones on both ends recording.
And I'm like recording through a recorder, not even to my computer.
Yeah, since we couldn't figure out how to use it as an interface, which still be possible. I swear it's probably just your computer.
It's still possible. I just can't figure out how to like do it correctly.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I try my best to clean up those Discord episodes, but just how Discord does it, especially since they're using, like, it's so funny during this whole quarantine seeing all the TV celebrities like go to like at home editions and stuff like that. But the companies, I guess, didn't decide to send them home with a single like lavalier mic or clip-on mic or anything like that. So just listening to their audio basically be the mic on their webcam is just hilarious to me, because people on social media platforms, especially like on YouTube and stuff like that, learned long ago. I mean, it's also the same for movies and television. Audio is the thing that keeps people around. If your audio sucks, people aren't.
Audio is more important than sound. Or no, that's redundant. Audio is more important than visuals.
Yeah, I know. So it's one of those things where it's
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, so it's just crazy to me that these like television professionals and all this stuff, like, at least give the host, like, send the host a fucking mic at least. I mean, it's just one of those things that it's just baffling to me that they're like, yeah, we're getting away with this. When YouTubers like figured, like, you could literally order like a $10 lavalier microphone off Amazon, $15, $20, whatever. You can literally buy a cheapo mic off of Amazon.
It'd sound better,
and it sounds 10 times better than your MacBook laptop fucking webcam mic. Like, it's just baffling to me to see all these TV hosts decide, oh, we're gonna do the at-home edition thing, and they're not pulling a Joe Rogan or like what's the dude's name, Howard Stern. They're not pulling a podcast where they just get like
professional microphones.
Yeah, and just plug it in like, they make these microphones USB too. Like, it's not like it's the hardest thing in the world to like get something to sound good. But it's just crazy, and it's honestly quite ironic with these whole at-home TV shows like SNL doing it and all that stuff. Like, it's just funny to me watching all this stuff like kind of go down, because it's just like.
But then again, a lot of these people that are just like celebrity faces or actors and not really, you know.
Well, like, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like for the people that are calling in via webcam and stuff, like literally, Rhett and Link were just on Jimmy Fallon, which this really dates when this is recorded. But what was so funny about it is that Rhett and Link sounded 10 times better than Jimmy Fallon. And it's because they both had fucking Blue Yetis on their table where they've been recording the at-home edition of their show. And like, they literally like comparatively, they sounded crystal clear when compared to Jimmy Fallon. And yes, they were using Rhett and Link's like audio through their like Skype conference, or I think they're actually using Zoom on most late night TV shows, which that's a whole nother topic of how shitty that program is.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about Zoom. I'm really glad that our school isn't using it.
Oh, you say that. One of my classes has, like, because I guess our guest wasn't comfortable with Google Meets or whatever, we have done.
Had to use Zoom.
Yeah, we did a singular class on Zoom, and I was just like, well, this is cool, whatever. But I used the free version that doesn't make you make an account. So I was like, haha, safe. Um, but yeah, no, it was crazy because, like, yeah, they were using their audio through a Zoom call, but even through that, it sounded 10 times better than Jimmy Fallon's webcam microphone that he was using. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, I mean, it's even one of those things where it's like, well, I mean, I guess those shows say they're live, but they're like pre-taped by a few hours, right? Is that the thing that usually happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't even think they say that they're live. That they're the late show for that day, and it's filmed during the day.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, even taking your fucking mic or your phone, putting it in your shirt pocket and recording, that's better audio than your webcam. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like it's kind of this weird like pet peeve where I'm watching all these big TV celebrities go online to YouTube being like, oh, here's our at home edition, and it sounds like they're
just not really like,
yeah, it sounds like they're recording their fucking show in a tin can. And I'm like, well, your phone shoots 4K, so that's pretty cool. I just wish you weren't like 50 feet away and like zoomed in randomly. I don't know. It's weird. Quarantine has really
kind of shifting.
No, go ahead.
What were you saying?
No, go for it. I was just gonna say quarantine's been making things weird, but I mean, that's to be suspected, really.
I mean, that kind of goes with what I was saying. Kind of shifting gears a little bit. I talked about playing Xbox earlier.
Yeah, put us down at the fourth
I was playing
gear.
with our friend. I was talking about playing Xbox earlier, and I was playing with our friend Billy, and we were just talking about how, like, during this time, it kind of feels like we're in middle school again. Like, sitting up, and I mean, this is more of a privileged thing where I'm not an essential worker. I don't have to go out, and neither does he.
Yeah.
But, like, we're sitting at home. Our sleep schedules are fucked due to all this. We're staying up, playing video games.
You're one to fucking
and just
talk.
fucking eating like shit.
You're going back to high school.
I don't know. It feels like just feels like fucking middle school or high school again, where you're just sitting up, staying late, like, and like hanging out with your friends online because you can't go and see them.
Well, here's the kind of hole I've dug myself into is because our school closed and I had to prematurely move to where I was going to move after school was over. My thing is that, like, I would get a job if I could get a job. My problem is that, like, who the fuck's hiring at this time? Like, and the places that are and the places that are hiring, I didn't go to school for that. I don't. I'm not. It's
I mean, we're in the film industry, and like,
most of that's shut down.
That is completely shut down right now.
Literally, basically, the entire release schedule of 2020 when it comes to films has been either shifted to 2021 or 2022 at this point. Like,
or they're just going like, streaming
straight to streaming. Like the world has literally basically said, "Hey, 2020 is a wash. We're just delaying everything. We're pushing everything back."
Quoting the famous Eli.
Quoting the famous Eli.
Is a wash.
2020 is a wash. No, you were talking about eating junk food and all that stuff. I have noticed that I have been eating a lot more. Like, I've actually been eating like probably double the amount that I typically would eat because of quarantine. But I do find that, like, if I keep myself busy, whether it be doing schoolwork or
building Gundams,
is that I'll go back to the eating schedule that I did have. And it literally, the reason that I've like started eating more is fully because of boredom.
No, I completely agree with that.
Like,
there's
straight
a lot of
up,
times where I'm just snacking out of boredom.
Yeah, straight up boredom eating. And I hate it so much. But talking about my sleep schedule, I wish I could do what you guys are doing right now. But
why?
You say that. For whatever reason, if I fall asleep like at 10 p.m. or if I fall asleep at 3 or 4 in the morning, no matter what I do, my eyes will open up right at 8 a.m. without an alarm, and I won't be able to go back to sleep. I have literally been on.
I
have been on the same exact sleeping schedule ever since I moved here. And no matter when I fall asleep, I wake up at the exact same time without an alarm.
That's so strange.
Like, I wish I could sleep in, but I have not been able to.
I like sleeping in, but
Yeah,
also
no,
like,
tell them your sins. Tell them your sins. Tell them what you've been doing.
There's no need. There's no need to stay up until 7 a.m.
Look, man, I used to be in that boat. I used to be in that boat. All I'm saying is that I wish I could sleep into at least 10. I just wish I could get the 2 extra hours. But no.
Bro, I woke up at 2 today.
Bro, you're living the dream.
No.
Straight
I
up.
want to wake up at 10. 10 sounds like the perfect time to wake up.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. And that's literally what I did when we were in college. Like, that was the time that I woke up. Literally, my alarm, unless we had class, my alarm was set for, I had one set for 9:30, one set for 9:45, and one set for 10. And I could always tell the night before which one I wanted to have on. And so it's just kind of weird to me that and I had a pretty consistent sleep schedule with that. And it was just kind of weird moving. And then my body being like, no, I think you're an 8 a.m. waker-upper now. It's just...
Rise and shine, boy.
You fell asleep at 5? Sucks for you. You're dealing with 3 hours of sleep for the next 24 hours.
Like, you can't even, like, have, like, a midday nap or anything?
Oh, no.
You can't fall asleep?
There have been plenty of times where I've had a midday nap, which pushes the time I fall asleep to around 1, 2 a.m. But I'll be damned if I don't still wake up at 8.
Okay.
I don't know. I wish I could explain it. Like,
you got to figure out the point of time, like, from 8 a.m. to, like, when your body lets you fall back asleep.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because there have been times where I'll eat lunch or dinner and I have fallen asleep at 7 p.m. and have woken up at 9 p.m. and then have been up until 3 or 4 because I took a 2-hour nap. Of course, I'm not going to fall asleep on time. Fall asleep at 3 or 4.
See, I
still wake up at 8. Doesn't matter. Does not faze my body.
I had like a similar, but I guess almost opposite, like, situation happen to me the other night where, like, I was trying to fix my sleeping schedule.
Yeah.
And it was around midnight and I was trying to go to bed. So I put on a movie and I lay down and I fall asleep. And then I wake up, I roll around, see that the movie's over. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to put anything on. I'm just going to fall asleep. And then from that point on, I could not fall back asleep.
I have been in that boat. So, which is funny. I've been in that boat too and still wake up at 8 a.m. I
was up until probably about then. I rolled in my fucking bed until, like, I saw sun peeking through my window.
Yeah, no, there have been plenty of times where I'll fall asleep at a decent hour, be it 11 or 12. I'll wake up at around 2 or 3, and then I'll be up for the next 2 or 3 hours because it's like my body just doesn't want to fall back asleep. But then I will, the sweet bliss that is sleep, and then 2 hours later, be it 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Eyes wide-eyed, bushy-tailed. You know, it's kind of what's weird is that I've managed to get my dog on the same schedule. Like, I just, like, straight up being honest, like, my dog, I guess she got tired of, like, sleeping on the bed with me and my girlfriend because we, like, take up the entire bed and she doesn't have anywhere to, like, lay at the foot anymore. Because when it was just my girlfriend here, of course, the dog had a full half of the bed. And now it's, like, been taken away and she has, like, a corner. And she got so sick and fed up that she sleeps under the desk now. We made her a little, like, cot of pillows. And that's where she sleeps now. But I kid you not, every morning at around 8, I can expect I will hear the dog get up, stretch, and then she will be up on the bed, like, licking my face because She is now.
So that's your alarm too. So even if like you didn't have,
I have a secondary alarm because now the dog is so used to the schedule. It's like, oh, it's 8 a.m. Take me so I can shit. It's crazy. I don't know. Quarantine's been a blast. It really has. I can't wait for it to be over in 5 years when we have a vaccine.
Can't wait to see you again, Chayton, where we can do this podcast face to face.
Bro, I can't wait till we can hug again and not have to do it virtually through a webcam. With that being said,
bro,
you stole it. With that being, how do you do that? We're over the interwebs. How did you manage to steal the last line? With that being said, thank you,
magic.
Thank you all so much for listening to the MindMesh podcast. I don't even know if I said the MindMesh podcast at the beginning or even explain what this. Whatever. Well, thank you for listening to the MindMesh podcast. Hopefully, this actually sounded semi decent. If it didn't, sorry.
It probably might be, and I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna make these sound as best as I can, but there's only so much we can do in quarantine when we're both like 150 to 200 miles away from each other. It's just how it goes.
This is true.
But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to tune in. I'm not going to say a schedule because our schedule is so messed up that it doesn't even make sense anymore. Just keep up with the podcast page and the YouTube channel. Just keep up.
Just follow us on Spotify.
Follow us on
Anchor,
YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. Follow us on all the places so
Make
you
sure
get notified.
that you get notifications for it.
Yeah, click that little bell. Just keep up. Keep up with the MindMesh. Once this quarantine's over, we're gonna be hitting it strong. Maybe. See you next time. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.